everybody. Welcome to the Lee Davis Red Raider Coaches Show. I'm Chip Ramsey, your host, publisher of the Saturday Independent newspaper. Actually, we're not the Saturday Independent. We're the Coffee County Independent. We're changing our date, so correction on that. Coach Davis, we're going to be watching the last night's game against BGA. Coach, 2013 season didn't quite start off like we probably hoped, but you guys fought through the end of that game and had a fast and pretty big, sizable opponent that I think we were perhaps were you surprised at their size and speed? I mean, going into the game, we'd heard talk that they might not be as strong as we thought they would normally be from a Nashville private school, but
playing private schools, that's nothing you really want to do. I mean, we kind of was forced to do it. We had a couple teams that dropped us and forced us into playing BGA. And, no, they were exactly what we thought they were. They were big, they were physical, they were fast. They were a Nashville private school, and they played well and really took it to us the first half of the ball game.
Coach, the second half of the ball game, we seemed to gain some momentum, kind of find our groove, and we're climbing back into it. At one point, we were about 17 points down with about 5 minutes left in the game. How did this loss last night go? I mean, how was it taken by the team in terms of beginning a season, starting off on the right foot, or at least bouncing back from adversity right off the get-go?
Well, we're going to see what we're made of this week. We're going 0-1 is something that's unacceptable. You should never lose, and our kids really came out not really fired up to begin with, and it took a lightning break. We had about an hour break for the lightning for us to get in the locker room and really just kind of yell, scream, and make faces. And I thought our seniors did a good job at that point of really stepping up and saying, hey, this is not how we play, this is not what we do. And we came out after the lightning break and played well. But by that time, it was too late. We'd given up 21 points by then. I mean, you can't give up 21 points to anybody and be able to survive.
You guys planning for this week, what were some of the preparations that you'd hope to accomplish going into the game? I know you guys have been kind of playing behind the eight ball a little bit with new defensive coordinator, Coy Sisk, back. Have y'all been able to get all of your processes into the team? And are you still kind of trying to play catch-up ball going into week 0?
No, I think we're pretty caught up. It's just hard to bring up somebody's size. I mean, their starting nose tackle was, 6'3", 320 pounds?
Yeah, he was huge.
Well, we don't have a 6'3", 320 pound that we can put on our center and say, okay, this is what you're blocking.
Right.
I mean, if we did, he'd be starting for us at nose guard. And it's just hard to kind of, their speed. I mean, Cody House, probably the fastest kid on our team, but they had that kind of speed all over the field. So it's hard to replicate that in practice. And it's that way when you play everybody. And so I thought we did a good job this week in practice of really preparing the kids and letting them know what they're going to see. I mean, we broke it down to so minute detail that our defense coordinator, Coy Sisk, even gave out the names of all the players that they'd be seeing. The right guard's name is this, the left guard's name is this, and he went on. So we broke them down well, and we were prepared. We just couldn't replicate the speed in practice or the size.
So what do you do to try to overcome that? We're playing in a district now that's probably got some speed in it. I mean, we've got with a new alignment, we're going to be seeing a lot of teams with Columbia, Tullahoma, usually some faster teams. How do we prepare for that going forward?
We make the best of what we got. I mean, we just we roll with the punches, and we're not able to go out and recruit kids that fit our system. I mean, they come to our school, they play, this is what we do. So we're really just going to have to take what we have and do the best job possible at preparing them for what they're going to see. This week we play Ray County coming up, and Ray County is humongous on the front line. They look a lot like BGA's defense, except they're foot to foot. Well, we're not going to be able to roll out 6'1", 300-pounders at 3 different offensive line positions and say, okay, this is what you do. You just replicate it as best you can, and it's what every coach faces in America.
Ray County, talk a little bit about them before we get into watching the rest of the game or the BGA game last night. Ray County, you said big, strong. We haven't played them in several years. I know it's been 7, 8, 9 years, I think, since they were on our schedule. How do they stack up? What are we looking at coming up Friday?
We're looking at just a big physical team. They scrimmaged Ottawa in the playoff or the Jamboree a couple weeks ago, and beat Ottawa pretty bad in the Jamboree. And Ottawa is one that's always in the semifinals, always in the playoffs deep. So Ray County's got a good team. And Mark Pemberton's their new head coach, came over from Brentwood this past year, and he does a great job. And it's going to be a fight. And if we don't come out with some emotion and fired up, it's going to be a really long night for us.
Offensively, defensively, what do they look like coming out? What's their scheme?
4-3 on defense. I mean, they're exactly what we see every week, especially in this region we're in now, playing with the Shelbyvilles and all them. It's going to be a 4-3. So it's nothing that we haven't practiced all summer long, all fall long. It'll just be execution and getting the job done.
Folks, Ray County next weekend. Right now we're going to watch film highlights from the BGA game. Coffee County losing to BGA 52-20 last night at Cardin-Gerald Field, home opener, week 0. Also, before we get into that, we want to thank our sponsors at Mid-South Distributors and this fine Aqua Hydrate water. Lee, you're giving it a thumbs up. You said you like the other one. You like the taste of the other one. Well, the water we used to have a little better, right? But
the Q was very good. I was a big Q fan. Liked the Q all the last 2 years. Now we got the Aqua Hydrate. It's got a little electrolytes in it, so I'm sure it's better for you. If I catch a cramp up here talking to you, I can drink this and I'll be fine.
Yeah, good. And also, we can wash those donuts from Donut Palace down that we've got.
Great donuts from Donut Palace. I appreciate them sponsoring our show today.
And I guess if we need a place to take shelter, Tri-County Roofing and Brett Bates, been in business over 20 years, commercial, residential, anything you need, they'll serve you if you need a roof. Well, let's get to the game. BGA, Coffee County, last night action at Cardin-Gerald Field.
Are you ready to look better, feel better, and lose weight? Hi, I'm Joe McCamey. And when I was 90 pounds overweight, I needed a simple solution. That's why I started the Lose to Win weight loss competition.
I've lost 38 pounds, yay! I have lost just over 40 pounds with the Lose to Win program.
12 weeks, 46 pounds, I'm pretty pumped up about that.
The Lose to Win competition can help you too. Take control of your weight in 2013. I'm here to help. Visit our website or call today.
KK's Jewelry in Tullahoe and Manchester is here to help you save thousands on that perfect piece of jewelry. You'll find new semi-mounts for less than half the price of traditional jewelry stores. At KK's, we have new 1-carat total weight wedding sets at $7.99 and up. KK's has beautiful pre-owned and reconditioned jewelry set in gold and silver at unbelievable prices. Let our professional and trained staff help you select the perfect jewelry gift for any occasion.
Do you need a part for your car that the dealer just wants too much money for? Well, bring your toolbox and pull the parts yourself for huge savings at the CFC Auto Salvage Pick and Pull on Highway 55 between Tullahoma and Manchester. No walking through waist-high weeds here. All of our vehicles are located in our gravel parking lot up on blocks with room to work. We stock hundreds of cars and trucks, foreign, domestic, old, new, with new vehicles added daily. You can even search the entire vehicle inventory online. And if your old vehicle gives up the ghost, bring it back. We offer top dollar salvage vehicle, open to the public 7 days a week until 6:30 or dark, so there's plenty of time to come by. That's CFC Auto Salvage Pick and Pull.
They say you see the world differently. It's like you see the miracle of life in even the smallest things. That's what it feels like to survive. St. Thomas Heart has more locations than anyone in the state, giving more heart patients a new lease on life. For more than 40 years, they've been leaders in cardiac care. That's experience you can count on.
The choices we make today will impact tomorrow. Choosing natural gas today is the responsible energy choice for your home, your family, and our environment. Almost all natural gas we use is produced right here in North America. And with plentiful gas reserves, we can enjoy a safe and reliable energy future. Natural gas. the comfortable and responsible energy choice for today and tomorrow.
Brought to you by Elk River Public Utility District. Get your news first, fast, and free with your news leader on 6 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights at 6, 8, and 10 p.m. Local weather, sports, community calendar events, and a comprehensive look at the latest news stories and news makers as only a video news broadcast can do. Get it first, fast, and free with News Leader on Channel 6, your local information network.
Welcome to the Rose Bowl. The team's taking the field. Not many people. Oh, my. He missed. Off to a rough start here. Somebody wants to go home. What's he doing?
If you're not watching college football in HD, you're watching Pee Wee TV. Graduate to Charter TV in HD and let it all in.
Welcome back to the Lee Davis Red Raider Coaches Show. We're watching footage from last night's game against Battleground Academy out of Nashville, actually Franklin. Coffee County and BGA flipping the coin. BGA wins the toss, defers, and Coffee County receives. Coach, you had 103 players run out on the field earlier on this game. That was nice numbers to see out there in the program.
It is nice. Anytime you're even around the hundreds and, the upper 90s or anything like that, you know that the kids are having fun. I mean, no matter what. And here comes, like I said, about 103 of them tonight. You'll see the injured bunch. They're coming in at the end. But, anytime you got over 100, the kids are enjoying what they're doing. And as long as they're out, they're not on the streets running around or getting in trouble. We know exactly where they are on Friday nights and all during the week. And that's, that's a good testament to my coaching staff and the kids. And we've done a good job of really hitting the hallways and recruiting.
This guy's doing some body surfing here. Peyton Meeker. There's Meek going in. Are you going to prohibit Meek from doing that again? Because there's
he lands right on his head.
Pre-game injury right there. It'd be brilliant.
I'd like to try that sometime.
Really?
I'd like to. I'm too heavy though. They'll drop me.
I'd be worried about that. But we got Meek in the audience tonight, along with your parents who are here all the way from West Tennessee. We'll bring Meek up here later. Might bring your mom up later.
Come on. She'll talk to anybody. We got the ball first, and that's what we wanted, and we're not the team. I've said this for 3 years. If we go 3 and out, we're not very good. And this first drive really stalled. I thought we got onto something here, trying to run power to begin with, and we never got the power going. And anybody that's ever seen us play knows that that's our number one bread and butter play. I mean, people that don't even play for us anymore know that, what our power is.
Delay draw, nice hole. Rozier gets about 5 or 6 yards on that one. Still in the same power formation.
Yep.
Downhill. Nothing.
And I am a big proponent of going for it on fourth down.
Amen.
I mean, I just love going for it on fourth down. But back here, you're on your 28-yard line. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't put our defense in that kind of situation to begin the game. So there's the.
You've got a good punter, so.
Yes, there's the worst formation in football. I mean, anytime you have to punt, it's not good. But Jonathan Lyda and Cody House do a great job of getting down there and covering this punt. And Grayson Miller, too, is a long snapper and did a real good job of getting down and making sure they couldn't return it.
And you back them to their own 22-yard line for their first series. BGA, big, fast. We're going to see some of this speed right now.
Yes, very big, very fast. They're a good football team. That was 4 verticals right down the field. That's kind of what we also try to hang our hat on, is being able to do that. And that's kind of embarrassing to see that in the first play when that's what our kids see at practice every day.
Nice play right there on here.
Yeah, great job by Mill Harner. He stepped in. He's a sophomore. And he played a lot for us last year as a freshman. He's a good player, and we really enjoy having him on the field.
He's got a good football name, too.
He does.
Wow, gunslinger right there. Slant pattern across the middle, picks up a big chunk of yardage back that BGA had lost on the previous possession. 1st and 10 BGA.
And luckily he overshot that one. We were beat deep on that, and all we want to do is get them back in the huddle. And they did that all night. They some of their receivers were never set, and they were moving, and it's just a poor angle on the tackle, and now they're up 7-0. Again, we go 3 and out, and our defense gives up 7 points, and you can see our sideline right now. They're not moving very much. They're not, they're kind of down. Good kicker too. He
kept him in the end zone.
Put him in the end zone. He's a good player. BGA is loaded with good players. They'll be okay this year.
That's where my daddy played football and went to high school. I grew up very familiar with Battleground Academy. Second and 10, give to Rozier. Not much there either. What are you thinking at this point? When are you ready to open it up and spread it? And I know you guys have been working on a kind of a retooled, completely different offense. When was it apparent that that's what you need to get back to?
Not yet. We're down by 7, which is no time to panic at all. At all.
Definitely.
I mean, first quarter, first drive, you don't panic. I mean, I don't think you even panic at halftime. There's a good catch by Cole Hawkins, and we weren't ready to really just try to open it up. And I thought for the most part here in the first half, we were protecting Meeker pretty well. I mean, you see the pressure there, just came from the backside, got us caught. So we were trying to open up, trying to get our receivers going, trying to get some easy passes for Meeker to throw where he could get in rhythm. Here's a nice little toss to Rozier. Makes a good game, but when it's 3rd and 25, there's really nothing in the playbook for that.
Right. Penalty on that, obviously backed us up, hurt.
Nice little screen here to Cole Hawkins, and again, we're 1 block away from bringing something special. But had a couple good plays there on that drive, and just penalties killed us, got us backed up. You can't give good teams good field position or opportunities.
Coffee County trying to find its rhythm and get in sync here in the first quarter. BGA up 7-0, back on their second drive of the game. Off tackle, and this guy ran a lot.
He's good. He is a good player, and he's just a junior, so we'll see him again next year. A little block in the back there. That was to Tyler Bradshaw that I think took that shot.
Tyler Bradshaw, how's Tyler? We went to the hospital after that shot.
He did. They went to the emergency room to check him out. They were a little worried about his neck, and luckily the doctors took a look at it and deemed he was okay. And by the end of the game, because we had an hour lightning delay,
right,
so we were a little later than normal. But by the end of the game, he was on the sideline with us again. So we're really going to take it easy with Tyler, and we're not going to rush him back. He's too good of a player and too good of a kid for us to try to, put out there and get him hurt again.
Took advantage of a little soft corner over there. BGA picks up yardage, missed tackles. Oh, let's get that guy.
We're doing a good job running the football, though. I mean, that's something I think that Coy Sisk has really done a good job of. Is most tackles you see, there's a lot of red shirts around the ball.
There are. I'm noticing that more than last year. I'm seeing 5 or 6 red jerseys around every ball, and I was noticing it last night.
And we lost contain on the quarterback there, and you can't lose contain on a runner. So just like that, first quarter, and we're down 14-0. Again, still, no time to panic. You've got 3 quarters. You've got plenty of time. This is not a time to start freaking out, thinking the game's over, anything like that. Again, kicker puts it in the end zone. We get the ball on the 20-yard line, and we're coming out firing.
So you're out in doubles.
Throw the little dump again to Rozier.
Nice move. Picks up about 8 yards on the play. D'Angelo Rozier, senior tailback running back. Oh, got to catch that.
Yep, it was a good read, good ball. And now we've decided let's put the little speedster in the backfield and see what he can do. And a little toss out to Cody House, who had an outstanding game last night.
Ooh, look at him shift. Look at him move.
He's a little fella, but I don't think anybody's ever told him he's little.
Nah, I don't think he believes it if he was told it.
This was a good play for us all night. We snuck little House out of the backfield. We're able to dump it to him. Meeker did a great job of getting the ball. And again, he's quick as a hiccup. So he does a real good job there.
It's a nice play.
Here we go back with the sweep. And again, just kind of keeps fighting for his yardage. A little reverse here. Enough to get us first down.
Good read. Who was on that carry?
That was a little House to get on the carry. Alex Williams did a great job of getting out there. He complains about that play a lot in practice because he's got to run so much. So it was nice to see him getting out there.
Good pass from Meeker. That's the way to thread the needle.
It was. It was a great play, and that led to the long discussion at the end of the first quarter. It's the long discussion between the refs on where the tight end was lined up there, and was that illegal or legal?
Yeah, interesting. Can you briefly describe what went on with that? Or what,
Yes, I can briefly describe it. I don't think I get too much into it, but in the first, all my years of coaching, I've never seen a coach win an argument with a referee before.
I never have either.
Night.
I never have either.
So I must have been pretty good on my explanation of it. And
ever think about going to law school?
I maybe need to.
You know, Mike Leach did.
I might make a little more money. I don't know if it'd be as stressful.
It depends on what you practice, You could do contract law. I don't imagine that's horribly stressful.
It's a good job there by Rozier. That goes kind of unseen, but he knew he was in traffic. There was no way he could make the catch, so he just kind of batted it down. That was a very good job.
That's smart football.
Rolling the pocket there.
Nice.
Yeah, a little comeback. We throw the comeback real well. That's one of our favorite plays, and that was one on fourth down that, fourth down, you're going to see that a lot with us because we think that could be a very good play for us.
It gives you separation from your coverage folks.
It does.
You time it right, you slip a tackle, you could go for big yards. Big play down the field from BGA there, airing it out again. Incomplete. Good coverage on that.
Cody House again.
Coffee County.
Nice sack there by Jonathan Lyda. And he's another kid that's exciting to watch. And
he has a motor.
He does. Whew. Here we go, second quarter.
Back in a pistol set. Give downhill to the big man.
Mm-hmm. Tell you what else, we gave our quarterback and our line something to look for all night. We had a key on them on when they blitzed and stuff, and I thought we did a good job of knowing it. Here was kind of a errant pass, and I think that Cole Hawkins did an outstanding job of stripping it to make sure it wasn't picked off there.
Meek, you want that pass back? Yeah, he'd take that pass back.
Here's a good catch, good run.
Nice bullet, nice ball.
Chris Vaughn's turned into an outstanding receiver. He catches almost everything we throw at him, and he'll always fall forward for a couple yards. And some of the scrimmages this year, he even showed he had a little speed. I don't know where he got that from, but I was pretty impressed.
Vaughn wasn't a big name last year. Is he stepping up? I mean, where did he come from in terms of last season?
Well, last year he was the next receiver behind Jesse Brown, and we know Jesse had an outstanding season. He had over 1,000 yards receiving, and oh goodness. And Chris Vaughn backed him up, and I thought he did an outstanding job backing him up. Whenever Jesse needed a break, Vaughn would get in there and block a little bit, and he caught a couple passes. And this year, him and Cole Hawkins have really turned into our number one receiver, both of them. This is after the lightning break. We had a long delay here for the break, and like I said, about an hour break, so we had time to kind of yell and scream and make faces in the locker room, and I felt like we played better from here on out. But again, we're down 21-0.
Right.
We spotted them 21 points. Another great catch by Vaughn. Great run.
Nice turn. So what was the conversation? He said made faces. What did y'all adjust to during the lightning break?
You know, we really adjusted more about attitude than we did anything else. You can look at the rest of this game, and we didn't change scheme-wise very much. We didn't do anything that we didn't do the first part. It was 100% attitude. And I think by this time they were tired of getting bullied around a little bit.
Going into this, they seemed to, like you said, play a little flat in the first quarter and a half before the break. What you think that's just a product of having been at it so long all summer?
Who knows? If we can figure that out, another good run by Vaughn.
Beautiful run.
Just stepped out of bounds, or he might have been gone. Yeah, if you can figure out what goes through the minds of 15-year-olds, then you can make a lot of money. Good deep ball. Thought we had him beat. Just let him a little bit out of bounds there. But who knows? Sometimes you come out and they're so fired up, like against Moore County in the Jamboree, that I felt like we played anybody in the nation against Moore County, and the way we were fired up and ready to go, we could have played with them. And then tonight it was just a little flat, and it was you see the outcome.
You had a strong preseason. Again, Moore County, we played them in the spring. Of course, we were missing many of our key players, including Peyton and D'Angelo. But Moore County played us really tough in that controlled scrimmage. We go out in this preseason scrimmage and push them around pretty heavily. So
Moore County is a really good team.
Good team. I mean, 10 wins, 10-2 last year,
yeah.
Deep into the playoffs.
Scott Smith, their head coach, does an outstanding job down there. I mean, they're a very good team, and picked to win their region this year.
Coach, I like their program down there. I like how they've got it set up, and I've always hoped Coffee County could get to this where, and I got had the opportunity to go meet and spend a day with Coach Cockrell at Sequatchie County, and they have a similar situation. Middle school, youth ball, high school, all right there on one campus, all right there under one system, and that's what they do it down in Moore County. You see my son Lucas plays at Westwood Middle School, and we went down there last season, and there were the little kids down there practicing on the field.
That's a great situation when you have everybody that runs the same thing, calls stuff the same way. That's how you build programs.
Coach, we got to get to that.
I agree 100%.
It's time. It's way past time. We got BGA back on offense. Coffee County down 21-0. Second quarter after it was late second quarter after an hour-long lightning break. Good pass in there, well defended.
That was a huge play. That was fourth down. We were trying to get them off the field there. That was a bad timing to have that first down come up. That kept the drive alive. And then, you look at this play, and we talked about this one over and over again. Cody House was in perfect position there. He was right where the defensive back's supposed to be, but he's 5'5". I mean,
I thought he came down with it when I first saw it.
You couldn't ask that better than he did.
Yeah.
And, they throw that pass 10 times. He may make the play 8 of them.
$28-0 BGA over Coffee County. Friday night action at Cardin Gerald Field. Week 0 home opener, season opener.
Got Hunter Smithson in the game. Hunter Smithson, usually been defensive MVP for the last couple years, led the team in tackles, and we decided to throw him a bone out here and see if he could spark us on offense.
You got him at tailback?
We had him there at one of our backs, and he's a great player.
Yeah, he's hard. I mean, he sells out 100%. You talk about someone who just leaves it all on the field every game. I've never seen a kid do it that consistently. Well, I say I've seen a couple of them. I know Peyton Meeker's one of them. Don't mean to offend you there, Meek. Hunter has no idea of his size. I don't think he ever has.
No, this is never good when you don't even punt back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
We lost 3 yards on a punt. That's I don't know what to say. Get a holding call here. They held Zach Holmes. Zach Holmes is coming at corner, and he's we got a couple corners we're rolling in. If you look at the top of the screen there, you'll see Little McGee. That's he's a freshman this year. Tyrese is a freshman this year, and he's worked his way into, well, as you can see, playing valuable minutes here. And he does an outstanding job for us. And like I said, he's going to be a threat for many years to come.
Tyrese is a good kid. I got coached him 1 year in the youth ball.
Him and his brother.
And his brother. Ty and Momo. You mentioned Zach Holmes. I gotten to know Zach over the summer, working with him at Elite Conditioning, Jeff Brandon's place. And Zach doesn't like to leave the weight room. We have to tell him to get off the weight sometimes.
Yeah, very good kid. Good player for us.
I know we had some good news about his mom had been battling breast cancer, and she got a good report on that. I know that was weighing on his mind a lot during the season.
That's something I couldn't imagine as a 15-year-old kid having to go through. I mean, just even, I feel for him every day. I've told him many times, take as much time as you need off. We love you and we got your back. So whatever you need.
Justin Flowers, another one who's dealt with that too. So. Halftime, well, no, not quite halftime.
Yep, halftime.
That was halftime. Okay,
yep.
Sorry, I thought we flew. Halftime 31-0, BGA back up top. We're watching second half, opening of the third quarter. Coffee County kicking off to Battleground Academy Wildcats.
Mm-hmm. And again, start playing with a little more emotion here, and they can start looking better for us.
Take off 2 scores at this point, and even if we go in at them at 21-0 at this point, I think we get back in the game, and late in the game, we're looking at winning this ball game.
Mm-hmm. Tell you somebody else I thought had a pretty good night here was Jimmy Hollandsworth. He's just missed a tackle there, of course, because I brought him up. But I thought Jimmy played well on defense. He's our backup quarterback and he's playing defensive end here, and he played well.
Nice catch over the middle. Big gain for BGA. Back to the pass again.
They're not scared to throw it now.
No. They got a little guy who can take off there, too. I kept watching him hitch. I didn't know if he was limping on something or kept hitting a pothole in the ground, but I thought that guy was going to break his ankle on that play.
Good job there by Jimmy, forcing him outside. Jacoby Lowe's another one in there. Jacoby's a two-way starter for us as a sophomore. They're at defensive tackle and offensive tackle, and does an outstanding job. Has become one of the better offensive linemen we have. And he's in there battling. I mean, he plays all night and got busted coverage, and that's enough to make you sick.
Well, what happened on that play, Coach?
We were just in a cover 2, and we had nobody in the middle of the field, and we never rolled to adjust, and busted coverage, all it was, which is something you cannot have, especially against good teams.
Coffee County back on offense for the first time in the second half. Meeker quick toss out to Cody House. Scoots out for a couple of yards.
Again, this is we ran this a lot. It's almost with a boot without pulling the guard. And great throw there to Cole Hawkins. Makes a great catch. Moves the chains. And you asked when's it time to start airing it out. And after halftime, we didn't want to have to be that team that comes out and throws every down. So we still try to pound it in there, but it's not going to be long before we realize, hey, we're going to ride Meeker's arm, which we may have to do all season long. It's a great run there by Rozier to advance us.
Coach, you're quite creative with your formations. I know you like to mix up different looks in your schemes, and so what's your philosophy behind that?
Yeah, that's one of the things that I probably take the most pride of what I do is getting in so many different formations. I know from coaching many, many years and being around some great head coaches and great coordinators that they would spend so much time on people's formations, trying to pick up tendencies and stuff, that I always thought, well, if I ever become a head coach, I'm going to get in as many formations as I can and give these guys headaches on Saturdays and Sundays when they're trying to break us down. So we get in hundreds of formations. And really all it is putting lipstick on a pig.
Right.
We're going to run the same plays,
Sure.
but we're going to be in a million different formations to do it. BGA did a good job of keying on number 1 last night, and when he touched the ball, they were all over him. Nice play here,
play
Meeker
right
to
here.
Cody House, and I thought he was getting in. And this is just unacceptable. You can't be on the 2-yard line and not be able to run it in. I mean, we ran power here again, and just the offensive line is getting blown up. That's just, you can't have that. We cannot win ball games to do that. When you get down here on the goal line, you shouldn't have to throw the ball. I mean, that should just be. Now, luckily for us, Meeker makes an outstanding just read here and
Meeker
takes off.
sells out, right?
Yeah, he does. He sells out, gets 7 points. Tim's excited, and
I was excited down there on the field, too.
nice job. I still don't really understand that one. He said he caught the ball, and it's a 4-yard route, and we needed 2 yards, and somehow that just doesn't add up to me. I don't know.
Coffee County on the board for the first time in the ball game with that Meeker run, 6 points, point after attempt fails.
That's enough to make you sick too when they bust a play for 8 yards. We bust a play and we lose 8, and it's just kind of the way it is. Defense fighting hard.
I'll tell you, even as late as the game went, great defensive effort there. We got
Jonathan Lyda again. You see Seth Thompson come up and assist with that. Now it's 4th down, and
Seth, he's another one of those kids I really like. He's a good kid, hard player. End of 3.
Yep, start of the 4th, and we're getting the ball back here.
Yeah, I was going to make before that tackle with Lyda and Thompson was that there was no quit in this team all night. I never got the vibe on the sideline that they were dropping their heads or they were.
That's what I like to say. That was the positive coming out of the game. I mean, when you leave the game, at least you know, hey, they fought the entire time, and that's something that's, you look for something to build on when you have a loss like this, and that's the thing to build on. If we won't quit, great job again, Cody House. Great catch, great read by Meeker.
Did y'all have pass blocking on in that one?
Yes. Dalton Carter came in, made a couple of key runs for us, made a catch or two, too. Thought Dalton played well for the time he was in the game. Great catch there by Vaughn. Nice throw by Meeker. That's the stuff we expect in the first quarter.
I heard a story. Meek went to the Manning passing camp and had to tell Justin Worley how to do a sprint out.
I'm just glad he didn't go hang out with Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, right. You didn't go hang out with Manziel, did you, Meek? Yeah. We're going to bring quarterback Peyton Meeker up here to join us and talk about the game a little bit. We'll get him on the tube here when we come out of the break. We're driving down here.
Draw there, not much. We'd hit the draw early, so I was hoping we could still hit it late. But by this time, they're coming up the field on pass rush. That's the reason a lot of this boot stuff and stuff in the flats are open now, because they're just pass rushing because they know we've got to throw the football.
Does your passing schemes work well or better out of a rollout, out of getting him out of the pocket?
I think so. I like quarterbacks coming out of the pocket. I mean, Meeker can throw every throw we have from the pocket and be successful. I just like having him roll. It gets him a better look, like that one. That's a design rollout to almost roll him outside the tackle box, and Meeker's smart enough and good enough to sit in the pocket and throw it from there. So really, I leave it up to the quarterback, but I'd rather him roll.
Coffee County turns the ball over on downs early in the fourth quarter. Great defensive stop there. Who you want to credit with that, Coach? We got a turnover and a fumble.
That was a great job.
Big break.
With Jonathan Lyda again that jumps up with it. Oh, yeah.
Lyda reminds me of Troy Polamalu.
Lyda's a really good player for us.
He's got the hair, and he's kind of got that look in his eyes like you don't know if he's going to slit your throat or not.
Another great
kid.
little dump. Mm-hmm.
Third down here for Coffee County.
Again, down here, still trying to pound the football. Still trying to be who we are.
Good hole, great drive. Rozier just grinds his legs.
That's the Rozier we have to have. That one right there. Devin Walden did an outstanding job there of locking up, driving his feet. On run plays, Devin Walden is very good. On pass plays, he's got a lot of lack of desire, but he's our guy.
Touchdown, Coffee County. Going for 2 here.
And Michael Vick there runs it in. Oh, that's Meeker, I'm sorry.
Meeker Vick. You don't own any dogs, do you?
No.
Good.
Great job here by David Morgan.
Yeah.
He puts this perfect. This is exactly where it's got to be. We recover. And again,
it's textbook right there.
We haven't stopped fighting. There's your positive.
Yeah.
There's what you bring out of the game. Turn the scoreboard off. We're still fighting.
Yeah. I like this team. I like this. I like what I'm seeing on the field with her.
I like this team too. This is, win, loss, tie, good days, bad days. I love this team. I love coaching them. They're a fun bunch. Here's another great catch by Cole Hawkins.
That was great adjustment.
Bottom line is they play, I win. I mean, just seeing them out there, seeing what they can do, seeing them have fun, that's enough for me.
Power set. Now we got a little chippy action going on here last night. We had a coach get for BGA get an unsportsmanlike, then they popped 2 more on their team.
They did.
What was going on there, Meek?
That was really intense.
What were they saying down there?
There was a lot of trash talking.
A lot of trash talking?
It was really bad down there.
Yep. I think the best part here, though, is the penalty that just got called. After the play was over with, Chris Vaughn, who, if you know Chris, you know he's kind of a clown. After we scored a touchdown, he patted the defense player on the butt a couple times. So the referee came over and told me that he threw a flag on him for patting him on the butt.
Oh, that was what our flag was for?
That was for what ours was for. So we had to kick off from the 25-yard line. And I don't know how you yell at a kid for patting another kid on the butt. And tell him
butt patting is illegal?
Butt patting, I thought it was a football thing.
It was a football thing. So the only place you can touch another guy on the butt and not be
No, I think I may get
lower.
You think Mr. Vaughn will call me to the office if I just walked around and pat all the teachers on the butt one day when I go to school?
I don't know, man. Yeah, good job. Great class. Yeah. BGA back on offense after a Coffee County score.
And still throwing it.
And still throwing the ball. This kid could scramble.
They got some good players there, BGA. Big kids, fast kids. They're a good team. They really are. But don't get me wrong, we're a good team too. And we're going to be a good team.
As we get into our district play, how are we looking? And again, your team's going to get better as the season goes on. You've got the makings of a good one right here. How are we going into our district play, region play?
Hopefully pretty mad, because we've been really disrespected by a lot of the publications that have come out and picked us dead last behind everybody. Really, I only think you guys in the paper, and I can only think of maybe one or two more that even picked us not to be last. And that's kind of a chip on your shoulder for anybody. So I'm hoping we go into this whole region play with a little anger.
It's hard to look at a score of a ball game and tell what really happened, and it's even hard to even go to a game sometimes and really see what understand what happened. But you watch game film, you see these things. You see 5 or 6 helmets around the ball instead of just on defense instead of just 1 or 2 guys. You see, like here we
still diving after punts. We're still playing hard. I mean, it's the 4th quarter. The game's out of hand. We're still playing hard.
Again, that sideline energy was still still very calm and attentive to the game. And wow, Neil Harner takes a shot there. I think an NFL player would have turned that ball over on that one. Unfortunate turnover there for Coffee County. Puts PGA back in the driver's seat again.
And we're still throwing.
And they're still throwing.
But, if I was up by 30-something points, I'd throw it. No, I wouldn't. Never mind.
With an onside kick?
No.
Those national teams like to do that stuff. Independence had an onside kick last year, I think, right? We didn't appreciate that.
I tell you who did appreciate that, though. Every team they played from then on out, because they got all their film.
Coffee County back on offense late in the 4th quarter. We're still balling.
Yeah.
Bad snap.
Another bad snap. We had bad snaps all night, and that's just something we can't have. Dalton Carter stood up there at the line of scrimmage, and that's your ball game.
52-20, Coffee County goes down to defeat to Battleground Academy out of Nashville. Coach, you had had some strong play out of course, Peyton Meeker. I want to introduce Peyton to the audience. There's our senior starting quarterback, and he's got some sporty glasses on there. I really dig them. And but you had, of course, Cody House. Big props to him too for strong play. Justin Smith on defense, you said had a great game, and Mill Harner. And your receiving corps did a strong job.
I did. I think the ones that really stood out to you there were Cole Hawkins and Chris Vaughn for making a lot of good catches. But we rode John Reese Gilmer in, made some key blocks for us. That's one thing that I'm lucky enough that I've never had to do was really look at the receivers in the game and call plays according to it. I mean, we can roll our receivers out there, and it doesn't matter if they're on the field; they should be able to catch or block.
Going into next week's game, we're looking at Ray County. We spoke about them briefly at the beginning of the show. Big, strong team. What are we looking at in terms of scheming for them? What's the breakdown on them this week?
Breakdown on them is we got to play with emotion and fire. We got to play intense, and we will. We'll go up there. This week of practice will be very fun for us. It'll be very physical. And we'll get ready for a very physical team.
Peyton, talk about your team's effort last night, and just the energy of your team, of this incarnation of the Red Raiders. How are their minds and hearts going into this game, post game? What are you feeling from this team in terms of its commitment to a successful season this year?
Well, last night at the beginning of the game, you could tell everybody was kind of dead, and just either they didn't want to be out there, or they just weren't ready yet, and But second half, after that lightning delay, like Coach said, that we just flipped a switch and turned it back on, and we were really intense. We wanted to play. But I think after showing that in the second half, we can show a lot of intense feeling in the rest of the season and come away with a pretty good season.
Did you guys recognize that? Did everyone recognize that? Like, gosh, if we just put that intensity in that we had after the lightning delay at the beginning of the game, we would have had maybe a different outcome.
That's what everybody said after the game. Is they said if we would have played the second half, or we put the first half like we played the second, we would have beat them.
So you think you guys are ready through this week of practice and going into Ray County to take that energy and intensity and fire it up on them?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right. Coach, week 0, and we've got a long season ahead. We've got a lot more football to play. Next home game, of course, Ray County is away this weekend. Next home game in 2 weeks?
No, we're on the road in 2 weeks. We go start our region play at Columbia.
At Columbia.
And looking forward to that one. And then we have the following week, we have Warren County at home. So we're 3 weeks away, and we got Warren County at home. That'll be the next home game.
And we finally have Tullahoma, our coffee pot rival, at the end of the season. I think a lot of people are happy about the way that schedule worked out. Of course, they're back in our region. Nice to have Tullahoma at the end of the year, right?
Oh, it's great. And the end of the year will be coffee pot, region game, senior night, hopefully for a playoff spot between one of us or both of us. There could be a lot on the line when Tullahoma comes to town.
All right, now I'm looking too far ahead in the future, but usually we've got a Tullahoma game, a coffee pot game, second or third week of the season, and it's sort of it's kind of a little anticlimactic. I mean, that's a big game for us, and I think it's nice to have it towards the end of the season. Peyton, any thoughts going forward next week, or anything about the season you want to espouse about?
I'm just really excited about it. I mean, I think we got really good potential this season with the players we got and the experience that we got. We got a lot of seniors playing this year. I think it's gonna turn out pretty good.
Cool. All right, we'll try to get some folks down to Pet Bus or anything running down to Ray County. We need to get some folks going down to Ray County next week. I know it's a haul.
It is a haul. I don't even know where it is. I know we're somewhere between Chattanooga and Knoxville.
Yeah,
I'm a West Tennessee guy. I like the flat plains, so I don't have a clue where it is.
It's far yonder east. But
somebody said you had to go to Chattanooga to even get there. You had to start at Chattanooga. So I guess we'll drive to Chattanooga and then start and go there.
Well, let's encourage everybody to get out there. I mean, take a little road trip. If you're not doing anything on a Friday night, there's nothing better than taking a road trip to see a high school football game, especially when it's your hometown team. So let's get some folks out there. Let's get some more butts in the seats in 2 weeks or 3 weeks when we face Warren County. Coach, any final thoughts from last night's game?
Final thoughts is I want to thank everybody that came out to the game. I thought we had a very big crowd, and they were excited. And be back in 3 weeks. Bring a friend.
Bring 2 or 3. Bring your mom and dad. We got Mr. and Ms. Davis, Lee's mom and dad out here in the audience, and we're always glad to see them. They make the trek down here to see their baby boy, their only child. You and I are both only children, so we can empathize with each other, and I guess our parents can too. So with that, we'll sign off. I'm Chip Ramsey with the Coffee County Independent. We'll be coming out Tuesday morning. Look for us on the streets. We're changing our publication date to better serve our customers and our advertisers. So with that, we'll sign off. Until next week.